All right, what's going on social media? How's everything? How's everybody doing? Thanks for tuning in again. Exciting day for me. I'm always excited to do these videos, so um, yeah, so it's always exciting for me. Pretty much getting my day started, my morning started, and yeah, I just wanted to knock out this video. Long waited for, and very necessary for the time. Um, with my struggles matching with all of these steps that I'm continuing to put together. Um, so it's super, super, super organic. I mean, it can't even be more organic than this. Just because, I mean, when I started this whole step process, I didn't know how many steps it was gonna be. I just knew that I needed a lot of steps to get back to greatness, or however you want to look at it, just get back to winning in life. So um, the steps might even change, honestly, because I'm like seeing, just seeing everything play out the way that it's playing out. I'm constantly revisiting and asking myself, like, do I need more time? Do I need more time? Do I need more steps? And so that could be possible. So, if you see these 7 steps change into a few more, or maybe a lot more steps, my goal is actually to walk into the new year, 2025, latest case scenario, to walk into 2025 just fully restored. Um, Earliest case scenario, man, I mean, I guess ideally now, yesterday. But I think that I don't know, spring/summer could be awesome. Something about the spring, going into the spring, and just changing with the good weather, I guess. If the weather is changing for the good, either way you want to look at it, just spring can be something, you know, as what it truly means. And I think I got a post on my Instagram, I think sometime in, yeah, spring of last year, 2023. I think I posted something really amazing about what it what it means as far as the season of spring. So you can check that out. But yeah, so earliest case scenario, spring/summer. And yeah, like I said, also latest case scenario, walking into 2025. The New Year's Eve should be pretty awesome, just because I should be fully restored, and hopefully you guys are too. If you're watching this and following along, or maybe you're going through it, or someone else you know is going through it, you can share this video. You can also like it if you enjoying it so far. Um, okay, well, I will start to read off for the third step, and then we'll jump into some dialogue, maybe a little bit in between, and then just elaborating afterwards. So, all right, step 3. Step 3, don't beat yourself up over a temporary or a major setback. Okay, so um, this information is going to be paraphrased by myself. So my added information with Selina Johnson, this is a person who you can check out. I'm going to have the link below. So you can check out the link and just see more of her version of it. And again, my version is mixed in as well. So here we are. When you haven't experienced, or let's do it this way. When you have experienced a setback, many people may submit to the feeling that you'll always keep failing. Some may even feel like maybe someone has put a hex on my life. I threw that in there because for me, it had gotten so bad that I was really curious. I became very curious with the idea of, hey man, you never know. You just may never know. I mean, it just doesn't hurt. For me, how badly I was going through my struggles. I even had a friend before, a while ago, tell me, man, I've never seen anybody go through things the way that you have, and you're just such a nice guy. And he went as far as admitting that, you know, obviously I'm not the nicest guy, man. So, you know, I don't even go through half as much as you go through. And so he just made a joke, but like a serious joke, like, man, do you ever think that like somebody like hexed you or put a voodoo on you or something like that? Maybe like, you didn't mean to wrong somebody and they just went all the way on in on you and some like crazy voodoo witchcraft hex on you. And so it had me thinking a little bit then, and years later it was just like, something to think about. So I don't know. I just wanted to put that in there. Maybe you may be feeling that way too. So, and you also could be asking yourself, is it natural to have these assumptions and worries? And it is also easy to convince yourself that you will never overcome these great failures. Um, Try not to let such destruction and destructive ideas, imaginations, or thoughts creep into your mind. Instead, keep reminding yourself that just because you failed temporarily, just because you failed greatly, just because the cards are dealt badly in your life, just because you continue to experience major setbacks and the odds never seem to play out in your favor, this doesn't mean you can't control your future destinies. This does not mean that you have to continue to fail throughout your destinies. Okay? Um, just I'm gonna let that sink in before I continue. Um, that's just a really powerful statement. So let that sink in for a little bit. All right, I'm gonna continue to read. It can be all turned around. That is just that transition right there is just, it's necessary. Your lowest points, you need hope. That's where it all can be turned around. That's where that statement just hits the most. You know, doesn't matter how small the percentage is. When you have hope, when you can see that things can turn around, because when you can't see that, you stop believing in that, man, that thing will, whatever you're going through, it's gonna eat you alive. So let's keep that going. It can be all turned around into something of a great learning curve. Make sure we're doing that. It's important that you treat your failure or your failures as a passing phase. I'm gonna let that sink in. When you keep moving forward, focus on the right things and keep learning. Keep learning and perceiving the setback as a temporary phase or a great phase. So this is what you want to do. You want to, how do I put this in my notes? Perceiving the setback as a temporary phase. That's what you want to do, or a great phase, rather than something permanent that can be vital to developing an optimistic attitude in your life. So, so it just goes back to turning everything around, using it as a great learning curve, and turning these failures into a passing phase. So this is where all the hope really comes in when you're going through all your struggles. For me, all I've been doing is just taking it one step at a time. And I was realizing, I was talking to myself last night about this. I realized I was such, I had fallen so deep that I didn't even know how to take the first step. It was just that bad. I didn't have the strength to do it. I didn't have the help. And sometimes that sucks. You may not even have everybody, is doing their own thing. Nobody knows when you're going through things. And sometimes, if you're the type of person that just, you may not want to bother anyone with your problems. You want to be strong, because, I think subconsciously we as adults are used to not getting help from people. And I don't want to say that in a negative way, because it's not always that people don't want to help you. It can just be that people are going through their own things. We know this. People are going through their own things. People are not available, you know. And you can be extremely isolated. I live in California, so I have family. I think I have like one cousin that may be here, and um, we haven't contacted each other in a while. But so technically, I don't have anybody here because we haven't connected yet. Um, I've reached out, but I think that it's just been hard to get in contact with him. So, um, I know in the right timing, um, if that timing comes, then I'll have that option to be able to have close proximity of a family member or friend, because I don't have really friends out here like that I can really rely on. So sometimes it can be things like that. You really don't have anybody even close to you. So, but all of those things being said, sometimes it's just about like you're so used to all the many reasons why you're slow or non existent in reaching out to people. You are not finding yourself comfortable with asking for help. And I think that is something that's developed over however many years each one has or have had to deal with. Um, so when you fall pretty badly in life and you don't have anyone, how can you get yourself up? How can you get yourself up? You know, there's a very few small percentage of people in the world that can do it, and I think that like for me, I was always able to do that, but every great person can fall. you know, you'll taste failure at least once in your life, and even if you are one of those people in the small percentage of people that can do that, you will at least once in your life you'll fall hard enough where this time you ain't getting up by yourself. At least no time soon. And so, um, hope, trying to find hope. And through all these steps, I think that's really where um, you're going to find yourself beginning your first step and get into the next step. There's times I couldn't even get to the next step. And so I just think that whether you're searching things up online, how to get back, having a counselor, a therapist, some people aren't into that. Some people don't want to, quote unquote, talk to strangers that don't know them. I heard someone make that statement before, like, oh yeah, talk to a complete stranger about, you know, the deepest parts of me that they'll never understand because, they don't fucking know me. And I'm just like, wow, interesting. And I minded my business for the most part, but I wanted to say, well, isn't that what developing a relationship is all about? Are you not supposed to develop a relationship with your therapist? Because I think that's how friendship and people getting to know you works. I think that's what the therapist is going to try to do. They're going to try to get to know you. And through time of with you and your therapist courting each other through these therapy sessions, oh, your therapist is going to know you way better than most of any of your family, best so-called best friends and loved ones has ever learned about you. I truly believe that, hands down. I truly believe that they're going to have a greater chance of knowing you better than anybody that you have ever known in your life. And it's not to say that they'll trump someone that knows you really well. I'm just saying that they're going to be at the top of the list. Therapists know what they're doing. I'm not saying all of them, but a large percentage. These people care about helping people. They do. So I don't want to get too pumped. But man, if you really want to help yourself, you really want to get up out of here, this whole darkness, I don't think talking to a therapist is the worst idea in the world. Okay, so you need every piece, especially when when life has really beat you up. Some people result into like drugs. There's many different types of drugs out there, and people, you know, abuse themselves with certain substances. And yeah, man, because life is tearing you up. I always like to say life is out here whooping ass. It's whooping ass. It's whooping everybody's asses. So, um, anyhow, I'm excited. I hope this information helped you guys. It's helping me. Yeah, this is like social therapy for me with you guys. If you're going through it, and it just feels like you're not doing it alone. And it sucks when you are alone in the world and you are not experiencing the good pleasures of life, joy, happiness, peace. Okay? Don't even let me go there. Peace of mind. So whatever you're going through, even write it out, write these things down. It's perfect. Call it your diary, call it whatever you want to call it. When you are having struggles, I would just say even start off with that. You don't even have to write down everything, but like something really big that happened, write it down. Because someday you're going to be able to take that information and reflect on it yourself with a therapist, and who knows, you may even write a book out of it, but you didn't go through it alone. And I think that's where I enjoyed starting this type of channel, because I felt like I'm not going through this alone. I may not have someone next to me. I may not be able to afford a therapist all the time, but I'm talking to you guys, however many subscribers I have and followers I have on social media. Yeah, I know people are watching. I see the views, so I get comments, I get people responding. So it's awesome. And yeah, and maybe you can do the same for yourself. I know I would love to write a book out of many things I've been learning and going through in my lifetime. So, and it will be helpful, therapeutic, healing, and it'll get you back into the place of passion, joy, excitement, and getting out there, especially while you're healthy, whether you're older, middle-aged, young, super young, you're healthy. Your mind is healthy. You're excited. You're vibrant, especially if you're physically able to do things. Get out and appreciate all the forms of health that you have going for yourself, and just doing what makes you happy. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. This is awesome. Third step, next one is the fourth, obviously. And check me out on Instagram and TikTok. I should have the links below, and more other information below in the box, and you can just check it out. Give me a follow all those other platforms if you like. This is cool, man. Getting my day started, so I'm kind of like trying to find the energy. I will though. I'm about to get me some good breakfast, and yeah, and get the day started. I'm excited to share a lot more with you guys once I really get through um all the steps where I am out there valuing myself. And so, and you'll get a chance to see it, and it's going to be pretty cool, pretty exciting. So, and you can do the same. So subscribe, like if you want to, hit the bell if you like as well. And let me know if you guys want me to talk about, I mean, obviously I'll be hitting these steps, but once I'm done with these steps, I'll still keep you information if you're wanting me to talk about other things. I do help out with social therapy, so you can always hit me up and we can talk, and we can get through this crazy life together. All right. Till next time, King Renaissance. All right.